Whilst popular internationally, a culture of anime-focused multi-genre conventions never quite managed to establish itself in South Africa, to a greater extent than the section within Johannesburg's Rage Technology exhibition. However, the head of UCT's Genshiken Society, Amina Taladia, sought to change this with UCON, the first Cape Townian anime convention. To outline UCT's involvement in UCON's initial success and local effect, alongside the future of this relationship, I speak to Amina and her successor, Cameron Schenker. UCON's planning ambitiously set out to establish a local convention scene, but ambition alone would not be enough. UCON faced local reputational issues and general costing issues inherent in planning a convention. However, UCON did have something most conventions didn't: the assistance of UCT.
We had multiple conventions that were supposed to come to Cape Town but did not come or failed. So people weren't keen on investing in something which they weren't certain about. Not everyone would have the support that we would have from our varsity. So aside from a venue, for example, you'd get a lot of the things needed like tables, chairs, your power requirements. Your cost is basically minimal. Since UCT is a well-known university, it's more for brand and people are really keen to get involved. Aside from that, if you happen to not be knowledgeable in the section, you'd have somebody who is, namely your society's coordinator. With us, the risk is low, so we do it regardless.
As a result, UCON succeeded in establishing a new breed of local conventions. In doing so, it also helped to improve the quality of South African anime culture events across the board.
We've pretty much set the bar for anyone who's going to try and hold their own convention. We've set a standard.
Especially with our competitions that are hosted and our prizes that are given. Anything that's close to what we had at UCON would then up their game.
There's also more talk now of the World Cosplay Summit. Since our talks with the Japanese embassy during last year's UCON, there's been a lot more effort by all of these conventions and events to try and improve the standard of cosplay and the competitions especially, and how they are monitored and rated.
So for example, Free Comic Book Day, based on our cosplay competition, then up the prize for their cosplay competition.
In order to fit in with the world standard for the cosplay tournaments, in the hopes that one day we get to send a team to Japan to participate.
However, whether UCON will still operate under UCT's banner into the future remains to be seen, especially considering the nature of university societies like Genshiken.
When creating it, it was always meant to be a student convention held by students of UCT.
I do really like the symbiosis that UCON has with Genshiken. The brand of UCON now is boosting the brand of Genshiken.
We wouldn't want it to go off UCT, but
the trouble with it being a student-run convention is that it's very much dependent on the committee from year to year.
Depending on the interest on UCT, like the amount of students willing to actually take on the amount of effort and time to actually pull it off, it might have to go to an external party to host it.
However, even if UCON splits from UCT, its independence appears viable, now more than ever. UCON's success has reflected that it is viable as a marketing platform for local companies and a worthy recipient for sponsorship. And with this, UCON has taken a step away from their initial concerns and towards a local convention environment which does not demand the support of UCT.